Episode 1, Conchas. If you haven't noticed, production value's gone up quite a bit. The audio is hopefully better. I'm not holding anything in my hand this time. And probably the video quality is better, the lighting and everything. Anyways, yes, we're doing Conchas today. Not a very hard thing. You know, I said I would do hard and technical things, but it is a yeasted bread. And I have a lot of problems with yeasted bread. I have never yielded a good rise on anything I've ever tried to make that involves instant and or what's the other one? I don't know. There's two kinds of yeast. I've had Conchas before in the past and they were good. I like them. They're kind of spongy, they're soft, they're like not too sweet. They have that topping, which hence, you know, makes the name of the dish. I hope the ones I make today can do pretty good. The best recipe, and probably the most accessible one for me for Conchas, is this one by Mely Martinez from the website Mexico in My Kitchen. I'll put the list right here for those of you to see. And here is everything that we need to make our wonderful, wonderful Conchas. So 500 grams of all-purpose flour. Oh Lord. I should probably sift this. I don't have a sifter. I am realizing that I'm gonna make such a big f***ing mess. But I don't know, I guess that's part of it, right? That's part of it all. 125 grams of sugar. You got Dixie crystals here. So let's see. 7.5 grams of yeast. 2.5. How many are each of these packets? I think it's one packet. It says 2.5 teaspoons, and each of these are 2.25. I don't want to open a whole other pack, but I'm assuming that this would work. Those could be famous last words, but who knows? It smells like nothing, really. Sort of ready. Alright, so I'm going to lightly whisk that together. Just kind of get everything incorporated. I gotta add the butter, the eggs, and vanilla extract. I need to soften this. 10 seconds. Alright, that's like room temperature softness. I'm gonna cut it into pieces to probably help me out. Just like 1 or ½ inch cubes. Oh, well, so much for that. The whole thing just fell into the bowl. So, what I'm gonna try to do is cut it up in there because I'm gonna put the fork in there anyways. Now let's add the eggs. There's no shell in there, right? No shell. Is that 2 eggs? Is 100 milliliters of eggs just 2 eggs? Yeah, it's literally 2 eggs. Now let's put these in there. Put the eggs, get all the egg white, nasty. All right. And now it says to slowly incorporate a little bit at a time. This feels somewhat grainy. I'm a little worried about that. Why it feels so grainy. Maybe it's the sugar. Maybe I'm just feeling the sugar in here. I feel like I shouldn't. And I think that's a pretty good dough ball, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna go at it for 5 minutes because it says it needs to be elastic. For my sanity, I would love a stand mixer. One lucky fan, give me a stand mixer challenge, please. I should have kneaded on the table. I don't know why I didn't do that. And I did it in the bowl instead. This is all just one big learning process. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Cover it with plastic wrap and a kitchen napkin and let the dough rest in a warm place for about 2 hours until it doubles in size. So that, and with a towel on it. I'm gonna put it by the window over here, by the coffee maker. As I was cleaning up and everything, I was reading more of the recipe. I should always read ahead. They said we can do the topping while the dough rests. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, so 100 grams of vegetable shortening. There's something very unsettling about this like white, pasty, unknown substance. Kind of looks like mayo. Kind of scares me a little bit. It tastes like nothing. And then we need 100 grams of powdered sugar. This is probably something I should sift. I'm assuming so, but like I said, I don't have a sieve or anything to really sift. So, oh, that's perfectly 100. 120 grams of flour, that seems like a lot, but I trust the recipe. It says gradually add it, so I'm just gonna add like 40 grams at a time, I guess. So what I might end up doing is just kind of scraping that off the spatula here and just kind of beating it together with a whisk. I think that might work better. It's not working better. I lied. They were right about the spatula, I think, because look at this. Look at this. Terrible. And I feel like I've lost a bit of the stuff now. I lost a bit of the topping because now it's sticking to the goddamn whisk. That's my fault. You know what? I'm not gonna blame Crisco. This is my fault. I thought I could get the easy way out, and it just made things a lot harder. So I'm gonna have to separate this into 3 and then make the chocolate one, the cinnamon, and the strawberry one. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's see how much this weighs. I feel, so it weighs about 300. So I'm gonna separate it into 100 each. Evenly distributed. Wow, I couldn't have done it better. I couldn't have done it better. This might end up really good. These look like little tiny bowls of vanilla ice cream. So I have to add about 5 grams, my bad, of whatever additive thing I'm doing to each one. So I'm doing cinnamon, vanilla cinnamon, strawberry, and chocolate. So let's start with vanilla cinnamon. A little splash of vanilla, and then 5 grams of cinnamon. This feels like a lot. Damn, see look, that's a lot. That's a lot of cinnamon. It feels like too much, but who am I to say? Now let's incorporate that into this. Oh my God. It says for half of the topping, you put half of this amount. So let me taste this to see if it's not overwhelmingly cinnamony. I mean, it's very cinnamony, but like, it's not a bad thing. It tastes good. So ignore that I added too much. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this. I'm gonna add a little vanilla to this too, because I feel like that complements the chocolate well. And now let's incorporate this all. There's a chocolate one. Hopefully that turns out well. And now my favorite one that I'm gonna do is the strawberry. So let's see here. This has sugar in it, so it's like heavier than just the powder. I know it'll make this sweeter and it'll get the pink that I want. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna add like 3 grams. There we go. This didn't turn out as well as I would like for it to. Maybe I should have gotten strawberry syrup, but there's something like special about strawberry Nesquik, you know? And I got that Latino Nesquik too, like that goes perfectly with this. But yeah, that's not incorporating in the way that I want it to. If you take a look at that, it's kind of like separated. We're gonna have to resort to food coloring. Honestly, TBH, this turned out, I think, my favorite out of all of them. Don't drop it, please. That looks great. So I'm gonna let those do its things there. And then we're on to these conchas. Pray to the bacon gods. See you in an hour and a half. We are back. It's been 2 hours. And just like Jesus on the third day, he is risen. The dough here did not double in size. I don't know, maybe I don't remember what the original looked like. Let's bring up a picture right here. But I think it looks pretty good. I think while I was washing everything and wiping everything down, scale got a little wet. It's got numbers on it. It's lighting up, but nothing's happening. We might need a new scale. Well, I think the best next thing I can do is kind of eyeball everything, because not everyone has a scale, right? So I guess eyeballing it is the next best thing we can do. So far, just so you guys can see, these are the 8 on the first pan here. I think that's a good good start. I was watching a bunch of baking shows online, and then I kind of went into a rabbit hole, and I eventually got to Julia Child and her baking some stuff, and she said, and even her, this was back in the 50s, no 60s, 50s, I don't know, back then, that she said, you know, that there's a big fear of baking yeasted breads or making yeasted breads because it's f***ing hard. It's really hard. To my wonderful surprise, I lost all the footage of me shaping and doing all this, the topping part of the conchas. My fault, whatever. Anyways, I did all the topping in the concha stuff. Look how great that looks. We got the cinnamon and strawberry there. And we got the strawberry and the chocolate ones there. I left 2 bare ones just to see how they rise, and also, you know, kind of get a good idea of, you know, how they look just bare without the thing. But these have to go through a second rise, and I will see you guys in about an hour and a half. So wish me luck. We're almost done. We're almost at the finish line. I'm gonna be honest, these haven't risen as much as I expected them to. I mean, I don't know how big they're supposed to be. There's nothing on the recipe that necessarily says how big they're supposed to be. But, I mean, they look all right. I am just hoping they come out well. And honestly, this has been an all-day endeavor. I never realized how big and long the production of something like this would be. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's very long and time-consuming. These are gonna go in the oven once it's preheated, and I will see you guys in about half an hour. They've cooled off, and I can actually pick them up now, and they look pretty good, I think, if I do say so myself. Not too bad, especially the pink ones. They came out the right color that I wanted them to. And to try them, my mom has finally showed up from a long day of work. So I'm gonna call her out here. And she was excited to try these when I picked this out this morning. So here's my my wonderful mother.
Hello, everybody. Let's see.
How do they look, first of all? What do you
They look beautiful.
Now,
I'm actually surprised that
You're surprised?
that they came out a little fluffier than.
Really?
Yeah.
'Cause I thought quite the opposite, because I have an issue, with trying to do things with yeast, because this had yeast in it. And these came out a little bit dense. They're almost like, have you ever had a scone from like Starbucks or something like that? They're a little dense like that, but they're still really good.
So these ones are chocolate?
Yeah, these are chocolate. These are strawberry, all the pink ones. And these are cinnamon.
Okay.
I put a little too much cinnamon. I'm not sure if you're a fan of that, but I think they still taste good. But which one do you want to try?
Let's try the chocolate.
Let's try the chocolate? All right, let me get a little knife. Hold that for now. Pick one out of the 5.
Right there.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll cut it this way.
Okay.
I didn't know, too, there was flour in the topping.
Oh.
It's literally shortening, flour, powdered sugar, and then whatever flavor you're using. So there's that cross section there. You guys can see it. Not too bad, I think. Right? Not too bad?
It looks pretty good to me.
All right.
All right.
So
So I get to taste this.
Yes. All right.
Okay, here it goes.
Here's to episode 1.
There you go. Mmm. Very good. When you said that it was dense, I thought it was going to be hard, but it's not.
It's like biscuit dense,
No,
like
it's
scone. That's what I meant by
pretty good.
scone.
And the little shell up here, the coating that you put, it's actually really good.
It came out a lot better than I thought.
This was a nice cup of chocolate.
That's what I was. Hot chocolate or
Delicious.
coffee in the morning. You'll plenty of these. I'm probably gonna give some to friends, but these are pretty good.
Can I take some to my office tomorrow?
Sure, take some to your office. Yeah, get them out of here. Completely
Very
honest.
good.
Yeah.
I would definitely.
Any critiques? Anything you could say that I could do different next time?
I mean, this is the first time you've done it, so just the little shell. If we could make it look like conchitas.
I tried. The thing is,
But other than that, I mean, the texture is good.
they look like sort of conchitas.
Yeah.
But the thing is, but they actually have a thing that they put, like a stamp that they kind of
You
press
created your
onto
own.
it. All I did was I got a knife and I kind of slashed.
So I would definitely go out and shop for this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you for letting me taste.
Thank you for being the first guest on
You're
Getting
welcome.
Baked. Thank you for getting baked with me.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Hopefully I can be invited again.
Yes, in a later episode.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So despite a lot of my concerns, according to my mom at least, turned out pretty good. We're kind of our own worst critic, right? If I could say for myself, something I would do differently next time is, and I think we'll, develop over the course of these episodes, is kind of do better with trying to rise yeast and things like that and get a better handle of that. Thank you all for joining me for this first pretty good episode of Getting Baked. And I will see you all in the next one. Please like and subscribe, and someone please buy me a stand mixer. Goodbye. I love you.